It's Sundays. Hi, replay viewers. Hi to everybody that's already here. It is 222 on the dot. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. So, real quick, tell me when you're jumping on. Hi, everybody. It is seriously so good to be doing this. So already I have Sharon saying hi. Hi, Jane. Tina, I see you, girl. I see you. So let me know when you guys are on here. Text messages stop being silly. Oh, gosh. And then I just exited out. Of course I did. Happy Sunday. And I really hope that you guys are having a good one. It is so interesting. I have a prayer request. I wrote it on another post, but I wanted to make sure you saw it. It's for the comfort and peace of one of my best friends and their daughter, Felicia and Faith. Sweet girl, absolutely. I will absolutely add that to the prayer requests. Hello, everybody. This is weird, honey. I don't know if you could help me. I'm not seeing any of the comments. If people are commenting on there, I'm not seeing anything. Could you maybe grab my phone and help me for a second? Or maybe I will just exit out and come back in because Go Spirit already messing up what we're doing here today. Okay, there we go. All right, I see everybody now. And of course, it just went over to somebody hugging goats. So, anyways, hi, Jessica. I have a prayer request. You guys write those prayer requests in the comments, please. Oh my gosh, this is going to murder me, you guys. I cannot deal with this. It's not that. It's the fact that my phone has too many buttons on the side and this thing holding it keeps pressing the camera button. Anyways, okay, we're back. Hello from Virginia Beach. You look cute as button. Hi, Joanna. It's good to see you, my love bug. Hi, Darlene. Hi from Richmond. Hello, Richmond in the house. Guys, I'm checking on all of my southern friends recently. How's the pollen? How are you guys doing? Because all I'm hearing is that it's so bad this season. I am going to knock on some wood because I really hope it doesn't get that way up here. That would make me extremely sad. So here we go. Hi, Paige. It is good to see you, my love. Haven't tuned in a while. Well, welcome back, sweet Courtney. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be doing this today. It's Sunday. I've got some things to chitty chat with you guys about. Hi, Corinne. I love you, my love. And of course, we're going to do some live readings, and we will be doing phone calls, calling in. So if you want your loved ones in spirit to come in, make sure you stay tuned and say a prayer as well. If you have any prayer requests, stick them in the comments. The pollen is terrible in Chesapeake. That is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this season is very different. And I mean, I lived in the South for a while, but I'm hearing this season it's really, really bad. Hi, Shannon, honey. It's good to see you, my love. I am excited to be on here. Hi, Jennie. So glad you're here, and it's all yellow. Ugh. Amber, I've been really sick for the last 10 days. I can feel that. I feel like the pollen is just, So I'm hoping that we don't get it here because I can't deal with it. But hello, Alondra. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Dawn. Hi, everybody that is tuning in. Happy Spirit Squad Sunday. I'm doing something a little bit different today. So we had Avery's birthday party. So shout out to some White Claw because I have so many in my fridge. And Tina, this one's for you. Cheers, baby. I've been enjoying them. They're lower alcohol-ish, and you know it's early in the day, so here we are. Hi, beautiful lady from Gloucester. My truck is constantly yellow. Oh, I don't miss that. Hello from Ontario. Welcome, Canada. Oh, Canada. I love Canada. I legit saw a windstorm of pollen. It's the first time I've ever seen yellow wind. That is not good. Hospitalized and a death in a family, bad week. Oh, sweet Jay. I'm going to put you in my prayer request, honey, too. Big hugs, big hugs. There's a lot of change and transition. We just had that eclipse in Aries, so there's a lot. Love Spirit Squad and White Claws, me too. Cheers, everyone. Happy Sunday. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a glass of wine or your drink of choice or a cute little mocktail, whatever it is that floats your boat. Will you please add a prayer request of healing for my fractured tibia and fibula without surgery? Oh my gosh, honey. Yes, of course, my Kelly girl. That sounds painful. I'm not sure what you did, but prayers, honey. So welcome to the show. I'm going to try not to talk so much today because I feel like we should just get into readings in a little bit. But I want to give people an opportunity to jump on. I know a lot of you guys commented today, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time. Hi, Kara. I'm in Gloucester, too. You guys need to have a little Spirit Squad meetup. That would be so much fun. But yeah, so I have some interesting things going on in my life. There's some interesting changes and transitions, and I'm trying to figure out, what that all looks like. I feel like I'm Hannah Montana these days, you guys. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody from like my kids' preschool or church or really anyone around here knows that this is what I show up and do on Sundays, number one, or that I'm a medium at all, number two. And I thank you, Rachel. Huh? I feel like a closet medium right now, but it's kind of funny to me because I wanted to pop on here and kind of get y'all's opinion because every time, every single time that I say I want to walk away from spirit, they're like, nope. No, no. You're meant to do this, and it doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is for you, or how much energy it drains from you, or how sick you get. You still need to do it. And so I'm kind of laughing because I wanted to like roll this out like slowly to you. I have a dear friend of mine from my church group, my mom's group. Oh, Kelly fell down 5 concrete stairs and messed it up pretty good. Big hugs. That sounds horrible. Um, do I still have Firefly? I could make it for you, Martha. Let me know, honey. But I'm not doing that right now. So, anyways, just a tiny little story time. If you guys want it, you know what I'm going to do for the first time ever? I'm going to ask first. If you guys want the story, give me a little like. If you just want me to shut up and do readings, give me a mad face. I don't know. That's probably going to mess up the algorithm if they do mad faces. So I don't know if that's a good thing. But let me know if you guys want the story. If you don't want the story, then I'll keep going. But big hugs. And for the people that have asked about White Horse, I'm just going to put a pause real quick. You shouldn't be a closet, but didn't Spirit ask you to take a break? So, Johanna, that is an amazing question, and I love you for answering that, Jojo. Okay, so everybody's giving me a thumbs up. Okay, because Matt often has a tendency to say I get on here and chitty chit chat a little too much. But, okay, all right, thank you. So, this is what had happened. What had happened is I had a not so great, again, experience with somebody. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. I had a beautiful conversation. Amber, I hope you don't mind me shouting out, with my friend Amber, who is absolutely incredible. And she is one of the most beautiful souls on this planet. And I'm very lucky that she understands me and who I am, but also who I am as a mom first. And she's been talking to me. She's been working on a really cool project of her own, and we were just kind of talking about things. And I don't want to like throw all of her stuff out there, but she's working on something really cool, and I think it's going to be really big. And we got to talking about how I don't know that I'm wanting to do anything big or out there, or it's weird. And I kind of explained that where I'm at in my life right now, it's like a separation of church and state, quite literally. It's like I do this in, all of my time. Even my nannies, like, they're like, oh, what do you do? I was like, oh, I do coaching. And it's not for the reason that you guys think it is. When I was in Virginia, and I even was just on the radio, like, small town success, okay? Like, I mean, Virginia Beach isn't necessarily a small town, but it's no big deal. It's not like, Monica or Teresa or anything like that. But I couldn't go anywhere. Like, once people found out that I was a medium, like, everywhere, everything I did, every conversation I had revolved around mediumship. And that's a really hard thing because there's obviously I want to jump right into spirit and help give the reading on the spot, or be like, oh, your dad's around you and loves you. Or honestly, and from a kind of selfish way, there's a desire to prove my authenticity in that exact moment, because whenever you tell somebody you're a medium, it can kind of go one of two ways, like, yeah, of course you are, or, oh my god, tell me everything. And there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of I guess desire to please. Let me know if this makes sense. So when I found out I was pregnant with Avery, I decided to make a very hard stop on that. I was like, you know what, this part of my life needs to be over here, and this part of my life needs to be over here. And the reason I really wanted that is because I didn't want to have to explain to Avery what all of this was at a young age. Not that I wouldn't nurture her gifts or her abilities, because Lord knows the girl has them. But I didn't want to, go to her school or go to church and have everybody, kind of stop me and ask me about this portion of my life, because how do you explain death and spirit to a 5-year-old? And then when Millie came along, same thing. It just like doubled up the whammy of why I don't want to be so public about it anymore. And it's really kind of taken, it's made everything slow down. Are they going to walk down here right now?
No, Millie has tap shoes on.
She has tap shoes on. Okay. So, anyways, my point to you, and I really want y'all's opinions, because you guys have known me for a long time. And if you're new here, welcome, because I'm very open about all this. I feel like now is the time, and not because, anything really has changed, other than I'm tired of living two separate lives, because that's what I do. And I don't like lying. In a way, yes, I am coaching, but still, it doesn't feel like I'm living my authentic self. And a big kind of thing that kind of popped on is my friend from my mom group came over. And we're sitting in the kitchen and we're talking. And of course, Spirit is like, da 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 da. And I'm like, no, go away. Nope, go away. Nope, go away. And and she asked me something, and exactly how she worded it, because she was also the same person that brought up a psychic in our mom's group. She was like, oh, well, when my son had the sleep issues, she's like, I went to a psychic, and everyone was like, oh, and I was just sitting there. I was like, here we go. So anyways, she asked me, she said, Jenny, were you spirited as a child? And I took that as spirit, like spirit around me. And I was like, what'd she mean? And I was like, she got my number. She got my number. She figured it out. She wrote my name in Google. I don't know. I was like, she knows. And I just said, in what way do you mean? She goes, I could just see you very spirited. And I was like, all right, you caught me. I'm a medium. She goes, wait, what? She was talking about high energy. However, I then rolled off the tongue, told her everything, told her all my feelings. And she goes, this has to be the most interesting conversation I've ever heard in my life, and the most unexpected one. And we ended up talking about it for like all of 5 minutes, and then boom, boom, it was done. It was like, why have I been sitting here sweating this the whole time, thinking that if anybody from the church found out, it's going to be this whole big deal? Like, really weird Catholicism, like, ingrained in me. But I thought it was really interesting. So I want to know, from y'all's perspective, what do I do? Should I just like go full force? Should I take that break? I don't know, because Spirit is like, no, you need to be doing this. This is what you're supposed to be doing. In the same breath, every time I sit with my guides, they always respect my human decision. And I do want to make that point known as well, because Spirit is always going to want you to take care of yourself and your family and learn your life lessons here. Even though I am a medium, I still have to learn, and I still have to make my mistakes, and I still have to do my lessons and my life path and my journey. And I really felt at that moment in time, when I made the announcement, that that was the calling that was needing to happen, because I was like, I'm going through this shit again. So it's kind of interesting. So I don't know. I don't know what I need to do in this moment. I don't know how to shield and protect my daughters from my career and my life. I also don't know. It's kind of bizarre, because I think in so many ways I'm afraid of the criticism. But as Amber did point out to me, she's like, Jenny, go on any medium's, well known or not known, Wikipedia page. Somebody's out there calling them a fraud. Somebody's out there saying this, that, or the other thing. It comes with the territory. And at some point, you just have to accept that there's good and there's bad to both sides of these. Now, so what does dude say to you? I'll explain that in a moment. But I wanted to say this as well, because I always make the joke that you're either so good as a medium that you're fake, or you're so bad as a medium that you're fake. There's no in between with pleasing people. And that has been a very hard lesson for me to accept and learn, because I don't want, what happened to me in 2021 was the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life. And that is saying a lot, because I got the shit beat out of me for 8 years. But instead, I had an online bully that basically was set to destroy my life. And that Millie's crying, honey. I'm not ever going to recover from that. I thank you, Joanna. But I do feel there's every ounce of me that it's not, when my babies came along, it's more or less about protecting them than it's about protecting me and my feelings. Because at this point, if what happened to me again happened to me again, I know exactly how I would handle it, and I wouldn't be fucking nice about it. So there's that. Number two, I just know that I want to shield and protect my babies from all the negativity out there. And I was even thinking of Teresa, how she really rolled into this when her daughter and son were older. I would hate to have anybody have any opinions on my kids of like, oh, your mom's the one that talks to dead people or whatever. These are the scenarios I'm making up in my brain, right? Yeah, thank you, Ashley. So tell me your thoughts and opinions. I know you guys think I should just be myself, and I agree with that, but most of you guys out there are also moms too. So how would you handle it? Because I really want your advice and opinions, and I don't have the answers. I have spirit telling me, like, this is your time, Jen. You got to make your own choices. Like, they're not going to tell me what to do. So I'm just here to figure it out, and I'm just in a moment of protection for my kids, but I'm also like, if spirit wants me to step into this and to do the things that are being laid out in front of me, there's some beautiful opportunities that are being laid out in front of me. But it would include being more public than I already am, and that's a little scary. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Unhappy, low-spirited people want to bring the good ones down. Amen. Or the ones that think they're mediums or want to be mediums. Anyways, I'm going to drink on a White Claw on that one. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by White Claw. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not terrible. I was like, oh, seltzer, like, ugh, but I kind of feel a little spunky in it. I'm happy. So, let me know. Follow your gut. See, that's the problem, Becky. That's the problem. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel so called and so pulled in each direction. I'm like, protect your family at all costs. Like, put it all together. And then the other part is like, follow it, go for it. Your kids will be grateful you did and spoke from your heart. They will choose to do that later in life. To thine own self be true. Amen. I love your energy. Oh, am I on TikTok? I am on TikTok, but not for mediumship. I'm on TikTok for farm stuff, really. Mrs. Farm Mom. Check it out. Check me out on Instagram, too. That is where I spend the majority of my time. So, yeah, follow your heart and what your family wants. You have a gift, and it's been very healing for me. Well, thank you, and I very much appreciate that. And I think that is the one thing. Reread the letter from my mom. I have it hanging right there, Mary Ellen. So sweet. I think that is the one thing that I can steadfastly say and know. This isn't a negative thing at all. Like, my gift and spirit and mediumship, I don't have any bad experiences at all with the actual gift of it all. I have the bad experiences with the people judging the gift and the criticism, and that's what I want to shield them from. And I also do, like, I want Avery to embrace, specifically Avery, I haven't really seen it with Millie much, like, I want her to embrace that side of her where she is feeling things and she's seeing things, and I want her to not be afraid of it. So, it's that. It's mostly just the criticism and the judgment of the low level, as somebody just said, the low level human energy, because everything else is like, no, it's totally fine, and God has always had me. I mean, my beautiful friend Cinnamon even said it to me. She goes, Jenny, the ones that aren't meant to be doing this work come in and they go out. And you've been doing this now consistently for 10 years. That is spirit saying something to you. So again, and she's also been great, guys. If you're local, go find Cinnamon Mancini. She's incredible. One of my dearest friends. But she said to me, she's like, but at the end of the day, you still have to learn your life lessons too. And that's just a big part of it. Because I 911'd her. I was like, what do I do? Here's everything that's happening. What do I do? And she's very good about the fact that even though she senses and feels spirit, she also knows we all need to make our own, life choices and decisions. In terms of mediumship-wise, if I was a client, it'd be a different story. I've loved you since Nights on Z, and I've followed you since then through your sadness, depression, fear, growth, love, becoming a mother, wife, and you're still healing people from years ago. You're worth every ounce of energy you give to us. I love that, because that radio show was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I do. And you know what, Shannon? Thank you for saying that, because I really do feel that Oh gosh, why does this keep happening? Cinnamon from Virginia Beach. Of course, my Cinnamon from Virginia Beach. Yes, she's one of my best friends. Like literally, she's one of my soul sisters. So I love that you just went to go see her. She is so amazing. Don't let that negative energy stop you from doing what you love. Amen. You are such a role model from your children. Do not hide yourself. People will always criticize you for something, whether, well, yes. Um, Funny story on that, Joanne. I'm just going to say this real quick because that is also something that I've been feeling. I had to give away, like, when you hatch your roosters or you hatch your eggs, you obviously can't gender predict from an egg. So I had 4 roosters, and I was like, all right, I've got to give away 3. So I gave away 3, and they're bantam cochins. They're beautiful birds, okay? They acted so peacefully, except for Trump. He was an interesting one. But they acted so peacefully, and I would have never expected any type of backlash. Well, let me tell you. Apparently, one of these roosters went to the home and started killing off other hens, and I'm like, this lady was pissed. I mean, Pissed, like mad at me. And I was like, I've never seen that behavior before. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what changed in this little rooster, but that lady just went full force at me, and I looked over at Matt, and I was like, I can't even make chicken people happy. Like, oh my gosh, Paige, just do it. Just do it. She's incredible. Oh my gosh, you will have so much fun. It is such a beautiful class. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. And I will be sure to tell her to give you a big hug because she's a wonderful teacher. But anyways, I guess that's just all I wanted to say about how the fact that you can never make anyone fucking happy in this world because, yeah, you can't. So it doesn't matter. This is what I say. Cheers to being a fraud either way, because if you're too good, you're one. If you're too bad, you're one, and there's no in the middle. So if you don't want to believe me, don't believe me. But I see dead people, and that is the absolute 100% truth. And I mean, it happens every day with or without doing Spirit Squad. So here we are. Cheers to y'all. Happy Sunday. I am so ready to jump in to do some spirit work. If you are ready for some spirit work, give me some hearts. I'd love to see you. And if you have any prayer requests, now is the time. Please put them in the comments. And if you ever feel the need or desire to message me about what I should do, this is my turn to ask you guys for advice. Please do. But in the meantime, oh, let me write this down because Matt just put in the number. So that.
I keep replying. I was replying for some reason. There we go.
Oh, okay. There we go. So, Matt just posted up the number to call. I will repeat it when that time is coming. I'm going to reach out to Cinnamon. Yay. Not even chicken people. So, any who's he wants it. Okay. What was I just about to say? Put in your prayer requests if you want some. If you need some, I've already got some for my sweet Kelly, for Jace. I know there's a couple of people that also, April's, Felicia. I need to remember that. And April, honey, I need to reach out to you about that because I read your message. But I think you had said, too, that she already booked. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have helped so many people with your gift, bring them to closure with loved ones that has passed on. Hell, you helped me a few years ago. Big hugs. Pray for my dad. You got it, sweetheart. That's Rachel. Oh, honey bunny. I'm so sorry to hear that. Big prayers to everybody that needs some. Big prayers to the world right now. Like, I don't know. There's a lot going on. But prayers for everybody. Yeah. What do you think? Are we ready to go? I think we're ready to go. What do you think, Matt? Oh, I can't wait to post the reel later of what actually happens here. All right, well, let's do it. So here's what we're going to do. I know I want to jump in and just do at least 1 or 2 live readings. And then I would like to do some oracle sessions, if that's okay with everybody. Don't forget, so for some housekeeping, just real quick, I haven't decided what I'm doing with privates, but if you want to book, go ahead. But oracles, I am 1,000,000% loving doing these. So if you want to do them, please, please, please. They're amazing. It's just a little 10 to 15 minute video session. I love them. They're so insightful. They're so powerful. If you've had one, write one in the comments. See if you enjoyed that. I hope you do. I think that they're a beautiful blend of spirit and oracle. I was also thinking of like adding an additional element to that and maybe doing like 30-minute oracle readings live and bringing in spirit too. I'm not sure. I'm kind of feeling it all out. Oh, big hugs, Becky. Congratulations, honey. But that's to come. But if you want to book a video oracle session, please do go to jennymichelle.com. You can also that. I hope you do. I think that they're a beautiful blend of spirit and oracle. I was also thinking of like adding an additional element to that and maybe doing like 30-minute oracle readings live and bringing in spirit too. I'm not sure. I'm kind of feeling it all out. Oh, big hugs, Becky. Congratulations, honey. But that's to come. But if you want to book a video oracle session, please do the time and the energy and the putting it all together. So if anyone out there is interested in joining some of these groups, or if you want to facilitate a group of your own, this is a private group with your friends and family. We throw everybody on Zoom. It's a really good time. And it's a really amazing way to connect everybody. So tickets for that the pricing works a little bit differently. So just reach out to me, send me a DM. I'm kind of working by myself right now, so it's just me. Let me know. So just send me, oh my gosh, Georgianne, you're still dealing with that fucking crazy lunatic. I'm so sorry, honey. Georgianne's neighbor story could be a identification discovery, like true crime doc series. He hasn't killed anyone, so I mean, I guess can't do that part of it, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, anywho's Watsits. Okay, I'm so glad. All right, I am giving big hugs to everybody. Let's pop into the world of spirit. That is what I feel that I need to do right now. Before I do, because my heart is starting to pop out of my chest, I'm going to take one more swig of this beautiful, weird drink. Okay, and here we go. So if you're new to Spirit Squad, this is what I want to read the rules really quick. Only call in if the evidence directly connects to you. I mean, I want it to fit so hard. You can write in the comments first and we can validate that the energy feels and flows, that it's going in that direction. Number one. Number two, piggybacking is a real thing. There's a beautiful amount of people on here. I would love Spirit to reach and touch every single one of you today. However, I can only read so much on these lives. So please know, if I am sitting here in a session and reading somebody, you do not need to call in if some of the evidence is speaking to you. Some of the evidence will and should speak to you. That's the purpose of piggybacking. That is just your loved ones saying hello. So please, please, please. The other thing is, until we get to the sitter, please keep it, as precise and accurate in the comments as you can. And what I mean by that is don't be just commenting, how do I say that, babe, nicely? I don't know why it's not coming out of my words.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to say, until we get to the right person, just, unless it is identifying with you. Wait your turn. Just don't comment. Thank you. My words are already coming out of my brain, so that means I need to go to Spirit. Before we do, let us just take a moment to just...
Someone's already calling. They're not waiting their turn. That's not waiting your turn.
That's also from our area code, honey. Or is it calling this number?
No, it always will show like that. I think.
Interesting.
But yeah.
All right, well, here we go, guys. Let us take a moment, let us close our eyes, and let us just give some really solid and beautiful energy to everyone in Spirit Squad that just needs a good old prayer request right now and a hug from heaven. Allow them to feel your love, feel the intention of Spirit Squad helping and healing and being there for you right now. All right. And without further ado, let's bring in Spirit over here. And as you guys know, I do have, I guess I can put it right here, just so you know, blank piece of paper. And I will post the scribble notes if anything pops out of them. So we'll see. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close my eyes for just a second. I know I just did a prayer. I'm just going to close my eyes, shift my awareness, set my intention into the world of spirit. And what I would love for you guys to do is simply just silently say a prayer to your loved ones in heaven. Ask who you'd like to hear from today to come on over, talk in my ear, jump on my head, play with my hair, get my attention. They know what to do. Okay, my loves. So many things. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to start with the young woman that is really trying to step through, and she is like persistent. She's also really funny, and she's like, I love your guitar, I love your piano. Like, she's very musically inclined. So there's something about that that I need to address instantly with her. I want to say it's Kathy, but I also heard Kim. It's a very prominent C or K sounding name. And what's interesting about her is she just keeps making me feel like there's something about like not being how that connects, but she just keeps it's like she's like knocking on my brain. She's like, hello, I know you can hear me. So there's something very beautiful about that. So I also feel like the person she's coming in for feels very strong, like sister, best friend. Like it has to be on like same level connection, like that, like somebody that you are very, very close to. I also feel too with her. She's kind of interesting. She makes me feel what she. I guess she likes her wine as well. So I don't know. There's something coming through with that. So if that makes sense to you, drop it in the comments. Oh my gosh, I literally Heather. You have no idea. I just thought about her like 2 seconds ago. I was like, oh my gosh, Meredith. I haven't thought about you in so freaking long, and she just popped in. It has to be. Why? That is crazy. I mean, it's not. It's spirit. But anyways, so there's something about that. Then I really wanted to reference and just to give you a big old hug, sweet Heather, because I do feel like she pops in so strongly. She's got her big dogs. Do you know if one of them just passed away or something like that? Because I just kept feeling like there's a connection of that. So let me know that too. I'm still waiting. Anybody calling in for that? Not so much. Okay, then I will keep on going, but I don't know. She feels very, very strong. So we'll see. It's got to be like Kim. Is it Kim or Kathy? I'm getting like hot in her energy too. So, all right, they're figuring it out. Spirit's got it. I'm going to move on to the next one because this also feels very significant. I do have a very strong father energy here with me. Now, what's interesting about him, he kind of reminds me of like Luke Combs. I don't really know how to say it. I just lost my sister-in-law, Kim. Well, there you go, Mary. All right, you know what? Give me a call, honey. Let's see if this connects because I do. Oh yeah, she just said yes. Okay, it must. I guess it's her. But before I answer that phone call, just real quick, let me get this out. He's. I hate to describe Luke Combs as like the larger guy, but larger guy with beard. Like there's something about this, and he keeps coming in, and he's like holding the fish, and he's got the biggest smile on his face, and he does make me feel like there's something about a Lynn, Linda, Laura, something like that with that connection. And I just feel like as he steps in, well, that's kind of interesting too, because I wonder if this is the mark.
They're calling.
Okay. All right. And okay. Pause on that. Okay. If they're going to your AirPods, there we go. Is it better now? Hi, honey. Can you hear me? Miss Mary, are you there, honey?
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. I'm so sorry. Technical issues. Okay, my darling. So how do you connect with this? Because it is Kim and it is sister-in-law. Did she also have like a love of music? Does that make sense to you, sweet one? Are you there, my love? Call failed, babe. Spirit, what are you doing to me? All right, well, we'll wait. We will wait till she calls back. I'm hoping that your family comes through too, Maggie. I love technical issues. It's going to make me mental if this doesn't work, though, sweet one. We'll see. Should I take Bluetooth off, maybe?
No, there's nothing to do with that.
Okay. Well, here we are. We'll wait. All right, let's go back to Dad. But I have Kim here, and she's like blowing up my phone in my head. Kathy, sister-in-law, my oldest sister I just lost this week. Well, Jay, this might be a piggyback for you, sweetheart. So I hear you. Okay, hi, Miss Mary, honey. Are you there?
Here.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You know what's so funny is I just feel like, of course, you and I, because you and I are a powerhouse of energy. Of course, we're gonna shut down, the telephone line, right?
I knew it instantly. I knew it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell me though, sweet Kim, does all this make sense to you? She loved her music. I do feel, did she just pass recently? Is that the energy I'm getting from her, honey? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you mind? Okay, so first of all, is it okay if she just pops right on in? Because she is a feisty one. Like, she pushed everybody over.
Absolutely.
And it's so funny because I'll tell Spirit Squad, like, I obviously know you and I know your mama. So this is funny to me that I, first of all, didn't know. And she goes, I don't care. She's like, I need to talk. And I was like, well, come on in, sweetheart. So It's funny because she does make reference of the fact that you have gone above and beyond for her. You guys feel like a very strong, like, even though you're sister-in-laws, you actually feel like sisters. It feels like you guys were the best of friends. Does that make sense about your connection, honey? Yes.
Yes.
So, okay, now what's interesting is, okay, she keeps making my brain go like like I feel like head trauma or headache, like there's something like in her head,
Yes.
and I do.
She was driving down a road, and the cap of a pickup truck going the opposite way came loose and went through her windshield and gave her a brain injury.
Oh my gosh, honey, I'm so sorry because I just felt like it was so like unexpected, but I feel the pain in her head. And the only reason why I do feel like she's actually bringing me to that pain is because she didn't die instantly, correct, honey? I do feel that she made it to the hospital.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And it's just
Yeah.
she makes me feel like she was so surrounded. Does she have three is it three children, honey? Is that correct?
She has three. Yes, she has three children.
Okay. I do, well, okay, because she keeps giving me chills, but I do feel we're only like, was only one able to make it there, like, I don't know, like that day or something. It's like, I feel like her daughter got there first and then okay.
Yes. Yes. She lived in Texas, and her other two live in South Carolina. So her daughter that lives there was the only one that was at the hospital.
And that's what I felt because it's like, oh my God, I kind of want to cry because I want to give love to all of her kids. And I feel like you and her are very similar in this way. I mean, obviously your kids mean the entire world to you, but she just keeps making me feel, she's like, I just need them to know, like, I'm not going to leave them. And I know she feels like a very, like, faith-driven individual. And this is what I love about that.
So faith-driven, and this is like, I just prayed fire to spirit God just to get a message to her kids today.
There you go, sweetie, because she said to me, she goes, listen, like, I love my sister-in-law, but I would have never signed up for this. And it's kind of funny how she said that to me, but
It's not her thing.
it is not.
It's not her thing at all.
And that's what she just said. She looked at me, she goes, I like you because you love God. I was like, okay, I'll take that, thank you. But she's funny about it because she means that. She's like, if I didn't have Jesus on my neck, she would not come talk to me. You know what I mean? So she's making me smile in this way, and I feel very honored to actually talk to her because she is a woman that I will, you know what, maybe she's meant to help me today too. I feel like the whole conversation is a little full circle in this way because she's like, no, like I recognize the light, and she just said that to me, and it's making me very emotional, but I feel very connected with her, and she just keeps saying, she's like, take care of my kids, and she has grandbabies too, is that correct, honey?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because that's what she said to me. She's like, that is what she loves, those kids and those grandbabies more than anything. Well, they're also a C or a K. Well, hold on. I know I just saw Clara in the comments. Is there also like a CL sounding name, or like Cara or Clara? It's something like that.
She has a Crystal and a Kara.
Okay.
Her two daughters are Crystal and Kara.
Look at all these C's. Okay, C's and K's. Okay, I love that. Can you please just give them the biggest hug? Because I will say both of them are in middle of like life transitions as well. And I do feel like you know about this because I feel like, I think the oldest daughter specifically keeps saying like, I can't believe mom left in the time that she did, like when she needs her the most. Like even if that's just a transition into next phase of motherhood. But I just feel like I want to wrap her up and give her the biggest hug. This is what's very beautiful because I know, did you guys just have the celebration of life? It's so cute because she actually said, she's like, no, it was a celebration. Like she wanted it to be that way. Like, so she just makes me feel like, thank you that you kept it so lighthearted because I will say like, I mean, I've been to a million funerals at this point in my life as well as have you. And I feel like she didn't want it to be that traditional, like sad melancholy. She wanted it to be happy and full of life and full of love. And you really carried that out. So thank you. I don't know what exactly it means by you went above and beyond, but thank you for doing that. And I love it. I just feel like the music, like, it's so funny. She keeps bringing me my guitar. I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, reference something with the music, but she just loves it, and I feel like it lifts up her soul. And I want you to know, too, she was not in any pain when she passed away. So please just know all of that. The one other thing that she is, like, adamant that I say, did she just have a dog that passed, like, right before she did? It had to have been like within the year or something like that. There's got to be a reference of having the dog that's with her.
She doesn't, well, she has dogs in spirit, but she had this new wiener dog that she's had for maybe 2 years that is like her absolute baby and was in the car during the accident and nothing happened to the dog.
Oh.
And
My gosh.
Unless she's, and her name was Ruby. So unless she's just trying to give Ruby love,
Yep.
because Ruby's so lost right now without her.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, maybe that's what she was supposed to say. She's like, she's so lost. I was like, what do you mean? I'm so confused. So is she up here or down there? But okay, let's just give Ruby all the love. Did her oldest daughter as well end up taking Ruby? Is that true, honey?
Her youngest daughter took her.
Okay.
And she has 2 little kids, so Ruby went from being, the queen of the castle
Yes.
to
Yes.
playing
Okay.
third fiddle, and
That's perfect. But you know what? She's going to fit right in. But I really, I just see little Ruby as like the star of the show. And I feel like it's like her little baby. And she just wants me to like remind the girls that like she's with Ruby still. And she's got all the other dogs. The dogs feel a little bit bigger than little wieners though. So this is what's kind of cute. But I just want you to know that she's looking out over the puppy and she's looking out over her kids too. Real quick, she goes, and God bless Nathan. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck Nathan is. But and then she laughed at me.
That's her son. That's her only son.
She just said, she's like, don't curse. I was like, oh, come on. Even God-fearing women can curse. But she's funny like that. But she said, and I don't know, I do feel like with her son specifically, it's kind of like maybe he's like taken the road less traveled in life or something like that. But it's just like kind of wrapping him up and just letting him know that mom's still with him and mom's still guiding him, if that makes sense to you. Because I do feel like sometimes it's like we worry about him a little more than the girls. I don't know how that makes sense, but does that connect to you, honey?
Absolutely.
There
Yeah,
you
he's
go.
more sensitive, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I feel. But she's fine, and I promise you, like, I'm open to her. She's so beautiful. Well, okay, she would talk all day long. I feel like your conversations would last hours because I keep wanting to jump ship. She's like, no, but wait. So there's something actually kind of cute. She did make reference of her necklace specifically, and I know in spirit it is very common to like pass on, a necklace of mom's or something like that. But I did want to ask specifically because I know you didn't ask for anything of that, but did you have a necklace that she had bought for you like in a previous Christmas or something? There's some type of necklace that connects you and her together. Does that make sense to you at all, honey?
It doesn't at the moment.
Okay, just do me a favor and think of it because she just keeps showing me. It's like the same thing as like I would see, if somebody was wearing a necklace and then the daughter kept it or something like that, which I'm also sure happened as well. But I do feel like there's something about the necklace that connects to you. Your mom is so cute. She's like, hello, you're forgetting about me. She like wants my attention so bad. And I love her. I'm just going to give her the biggest hug from heaven. Was her departure or her anniversary, excuse me, was that also recently as well, sweetie? Because she just keeps saying like,
Yeah.
Did you guys do like a cake or celebration?
Yeah, it was just 4 years, and actually the cake wasn't for her, but it was my my granddaughter's birthday, so we ended up, they were all singing happy birthday, but in my head I was thinking of my mom.
There
so
it is.
That was probably the cake.
Yep, because I was like, why are we celebrating? But she goes, just tell her that. I was like, all right, mama. So, know your mom is still up here.
It totally makes sense to me.
She loves you so much. And of course
that's awesome.
your mother-in-law too. We can't leave without saying hi to Miss did she go by Nana or who went by Nana up here? Somebody's a Nana. I don't know. I keep looking at Kim.
Kim was Nana, but my mother-in-law was Mom.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I kept hearing Nana. She's like, say Nana loves you, and I kept hearing that in my ear. All right, one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep saying that, Spirit Squad, but I do have to mention as well, like, she is keeping her beautiful. Like, I feel like she would go to the salon all the time and, like, get her hair done. Like, her hair feels very important to her. I don't know why, but I feel like she's got a really thick head of it, and she's got beautiful hair. But she just keeps saying, she's like, I can do this up here for free, and it's the best thing ever. So it's kind of funny. I don't exactly know what it means.
She wants me to know that because it was important for me to take her to get her hair done because she never liked to spend money on doing it, and so that's what she's trying to tell me, that she can do it for free up there.
She loves it. She's like, look at this blonde hair. I was like, oh, hell, girl. Okay, let's do it. So there you go, my love. A couple messages from your sister, but no, honey, you are so loved. You are so guided and protected, and she is just a bundle of energy. And even though I know it sounds crazy to have her, pop through, she really does. She gets it now. So I have a feeling you'll be hearing from her quite a bit. Okay, honey?
Does she have any messages for the man in her life? I know he's struggling really bad, and I just didn't know if there was anything she had to say to him.
Well, okay, I wanted to ask you this, but I did feel it was a little personal. So is it okay to get a little personal on here? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because was she previously divorced? Like, they weren't actually, like, married?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's what I thought. I felt like
divorced.
Yeah, and I feel like she went through a lot of hardship with that divorce that like
Yeah.
really caused her to put up a lot of strong boundaries and walls. And I feel like when he came in, that was weird. I was hearing Frank, and I do not think that that's her current man's name, but I felt like there's some Frank or F sounding name around her. So I don't know what that means. I don't think it's connecting to this moment right now, but well, I don't know. She spit that out. She's like, "Listen, I've been through a lot." And she just keeps saying he came in, he opened my heart to love, and even though they were together for a short period of time, what I mean by that is I don't feel like they had, a high school marriage or anything like that, right? I feel like they met later in life, but they had a really strong and solid and beautiful relationship. And I feel like she just wants to say to him, like, she could be stubborn, she could be hard, but he really did help her heal from all of the previous crap from the divorce, if that makes sense. And I feel like there's something about that
Absolutely.
where she just wants to express the gratitude towards him, but also just to let him know, like, they really were like soulmates. Like, that's what I feel with the two of them. And I know he keeps saying, he's like, I wish I was in the car with her. And I want to kind of smack that thought out of her head, or out of his head rather, because I feel like he's got so much life left to live, and that's why he wasn't in the car with her. Was he supposed to be or something though? He's carrying
No, no, but I know he's carrying a lot.
Okay.
And I know she did call him on like right before it happened, and he didn't answer his phone, and I think that's eating him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
His phone wasn't, the ringer wasn't on or something.
No, honey. And I feel like I just want to give him all that love because I can feel the immense guilt that he's carrying, and it just feels like it's too heavy, and just put it down. She's right there. She loves him so much. Just give him all of the love. And it's kind of funny because, again, I'm circling back to even I don't know that would be so open to all this, but I just feel like she wants to honor the nighttime routine that is still happening. So I feel like it's like, he says his prayers or he connects in his own way, but he always tells her good night and I love you, sweetheart. So I feel like she just wants to validate she still hears that, and it's very important for them to kind of continue that. And I know it's fresh, but he hasn't changed anything in their house, correct? Like, it feels like everything's very still set in its place.
Yeah.
Ask him about like
Right.
the water on the nightstand. I don't know what it means, but just ask him about it, because she just keeps saying, she's like, and my water is still there. I was like, okay. So I don't know what it means, but just ask him about it, okay, honey?
I will do that.
All right,
okay,
my love.
got it.
Okay. All right,
Thank
honey.
you so much.
Of course.
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too. I'm popping. I can feel myself popping, so I'm going to go pop. But I have Kim's number and she's got mine, so anytime she wants to pop in, she's more than welcome, okay?
I'm glad she's a believer now.
Me too. Thank you. I love my skeptic spirits. All right, darling. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
How fun was that? She's so lovely. I don't know why she keeps making my shoulder hurt as bad. Well, I mean, I do in terms of the car accident, but I feel like I should have said that to Mary too. There was something about previous shoulder injury. Welcome back. I'm going to say hi to Spirit Squad for a moment. Honey, do you know if everyone could hear? Did I do okay holding the phone?
Yeah, you did great.
Okay. Yay, because of the things that I have to think about. Hello, everybody. Hi to all the people that are just tuning in. Let me know that you're still here, hanging on. I still have that father energy, which I am still wondering where that fits. I still wonder if Frank connects in that way, too. If anybody's got a Frank, hello.
Yeah, we did. We have a father energy with the fish, Frank.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I'm reading exactly what it says. It's the father energy with the fish, Frank.
Oh, well, I mean, didn't I just...
With the fish.
Did I say that? Didn't I say that while we were talking? Sorry, Mary Ellen. If that happens to be not your Frank, I apologize. That was so great. I'm just glad that you guys could hear it. That makes me feel very happy. I did my job today. Hello, everyone. Oh, I just love you guys so much. Big hugs, lots of heaven. Lots of heaven. Blech, my brain is
Great sound.
no longer
Amber
working.
gets an Amber, you get a gold star.
Amber gets a gold star. What did Amber say?
Said it was it sounded great. Great sound. It makes me feel good.
Good. I'm glad that makes you feel good, honey. You made it, Beth. Yay. Great sound this week. Your daddy, Amber. Well, your daddy is always here, honey. So, Okay, let me just pause for a second because I feel like I just need to reset my energy. And somebody just keeps pulling at my neck, and you're driving me crazy. Don't stand behind me. I don't like when spirit stands behind me. You can stand to the sides. You know the rules. Homeboy, do your thing. Jeez Louise. These pesky spirits just don't listen sometimes. Can I tell you more about the father energy? Yes. Okay, so here's the thing, because as I even like opened up, so this is interesting. Didn't I say like Mark or something in the yes, I did, because he's just reminding me. Okay, so here's what I want to do, because I definitely feel that I have two very strong father energies. I definitely feel I connect with the father energy, Frank, and with a fish. Okay, so let's just pause and let's kind of figure out who is popping through, because he is. Can you recap the energies? Yes. Frank is definitely here. What I find interesting about both of these father energies is they've got very similar indicators. Indicators to me are things that like stand out, that they validate them. I have a love of fishing, which I know is very like duh. Most men love to fish. Or at least that's how I've seen it on the other side. But I have a very strong, it's like I keep seeing like they'd be proud of fishing. Like when they caught something, it's like literally it's really exciting. So there's something about that is, it's got to be like he would be out on the water every Sunday kind of thing. I also have a deep connection to being a bigger build. So I do feel like there's something about this where he was a strong man. He's got some, love to him. I also feel too that when he steps in, this is what's really fascinating about it, is I don't feel like he's very emotional. Like I feel like down here in the physical world, he was a very stoic and protective energy of his family. And I will say specifically his son, because this is what I keep looking at. I keep feeling like he wants to come through for his son and just tell him that he's been doing such a good job. And I will say this too. I'm curious if son is also going through some type of health issues. But so this gentleman, I don't know. I feel like I'm more with an M sounding name with him. But he's coming in for a Linda, Laura, Lisa, Lynn, very prominent L sounding name. I'm not willing to settle on that. So I'm wondering if he's coming into either daughter or daughter-in-law, but coming in for son. So let me know if all of that makes sense. Frank is my father-in-law. Mike is my dad. Interesting, Kelly. Okay, so that could very well connect. Mr. Mike seems, if Haley's here, she'll understand. Mr. Mike seems like a hard energy, sweet Kelly. So if any of this makes sense to anybody, you can either give a call. Are the kids okay? Are they like, they're doing a hard time? They're having a hard time out there.
No, they're playing with their skateboards.
Skateboards?
Yeah. The tech-techs, the fingerboards.
I was like, I didn't even know they had skateboards. Yes, and yes. Okay, so Kelly and Laura, so both of you connect to this. Well, this might be, okay, so you know what? Since Kelly, you claimed first, Michael, Mark, and I'm Laura. And then Lyle. Okay, Kelly Cable, since you claimed first, give us a call at the 201-899-4909 number. And then after that, Laura, I'll have you call in, if that's okay, if that works for everybody. His son is Mark, and I'm daughter-in-law Laura. Okay, so that makes sense, the M and the L. See, I wrote that down, guys. Okay. Ow! Oh, I just gave myself, you know when you're at the doctor and you put your knee, who's calling? No one's calling.
Yeah, my watch is vibrating.
Well, it says missed call, so.
Yeah, you missed it.
I need a,
Remember when I was like, they're calling.
I need an assistant. Kelly, go ahead and call in first, if you will, sweet girl.
Kelly called.
That also sounds like my husband, Mark. I'm Lisa, and my son is dealing with a lot. He was Guy, trying to call in. All right, he was a big guy. Oh, well, Lisa, that could also make sense. Sorry, Kelly, just try one more time. I will just stare at the phone. Okay, here we go. Hi, sweet Kelly. How are you, honey?
Hi, Jenny. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Okay, so you connect with the evidence, my love?
I do. So Frank is my father-in-law.
Okay.
And he just had one son, my husband, Lyle.
Oh, okay, perfect. So there's the L too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so all of that makes sense. That's so funny. Lyle Crocodile. I love that name. But I do.
Yeah.
I I want to give him so much love too because and what's interesting about how your father-in-law stepped in, because I guess this is maybe the trend of Spirit Squad today. I just don't know that your dads would have ever believed in any of this stuff, but for some reason, correct me if I'm wrong too, because this could also go in the direction of Sweet Laura that's piggybacking on some of this. But is your husband going through some health issues, some like need for like dietary changes or to take care of himself better? Does that make sense to you with him right now, honey?
Yeah, my husband has lost like a huge amount of weight recently, and we don't know what's going on.
Okay, so this is why, because he kind of pushed everybody in. And of course, I need to just say this, I'm not a doctor, cannot diagnose and prescribe, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But I wanted to say, have you guys actually looked into the genetics of like what his father-in-law, because his father-in-law, and correct me if I'm wrong as well, but did he have like high cholesterol, blood pressure, like things like that he really needed to either manage but didn't? Or like, it's funny because I don't necessarily feel like he liked going to the doctors either. However, there's something about he constantly had to take care of himself too. Does that make sense to you, honey, in the physical world?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of like genetic connection that your father-in-law is really pushing to reference. Now, I don't feel like anything is life or death, so I just want to like obviously reassure you that I just feel like there's some little changes that need to be happening. And I just really want you to know, like, your father-in-law says, my son is fine. I just want to let him know he's okay. Because I feel like you and him both have a lot of anxiety around everything that's going on right now. And it's honestly like he just wanted to come and just ease it and just let you know, like, I know that you've gone through a lot of loss in your life too. So I feel like it's like one of those things where you're kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop, per se. And I just,
That's exactly it.
yeah. And sweetie, I just want you to know from your dad, and even though your dad he's so stubborn, he's so freaking funny. I was like, "Do you want to come in?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay." But he was like, "But I am here." And I was like, "Okay, great." Like, thank you for that. Like, I appreciate that. But he's hilarious because he just wants you to know he's here, but he wants nothing to do with this today. So it's kind of funny. But your father-in-law, he comes in and he's very loving, your father-in-law. I feel like, no offense to your dad, but they're two totally different energies. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to say that I feel like father-in-law really wants to come in and he just wants to give you the biggest hug in the entire world and just say like, listen, Kel, it's going to be okay. And I just feel like there's something about that I want to reference. I'm also laughing because what is this? It's like he can't, I don't know if he couldn't fix anything worth a dang up in down here in the physical world, but there's something about the fact he's like, I can do all the things I couldn't do down there, so stop making fun of me. Like, I feel like there's still stories that you have where it's like, you know, he tried to fix this, but he broke it worse, or like there's something funny like that with him. Does that make any sense to you, sweetheart?
It does.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to give you like the biggest hug from heaven, and I want to just calm your anxiety. And please, 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 honey, if you know what, I'm gonna keep you and Lyle in my prayers as well, because nothing's gonna happen. But I do feel like get to some type of like holistic doctor, genetic doctor, something like that, where they can kind of just look at whatever is passed down. And I just feel like it would be as simple as just changing some dietary stuff. Like, it's nothing terrible at all. So big hugs, and I want the anxiety to go away too. You guys need to, that's so funny. I just heard you need to go to the beach. I feel like, well, obviously well,
Yeah, we do.
in Jersey, it's still like the middle of winter, but I feel like you too, like that is your happy place. Like, that is something where you need to get your feet in the sand and really just reconnect to each other, but also connecting back to your soul. Like, I feel like you need a breath. Do you have a beach house or something like that? Because he keeps referencing that. It's like it's something that you would go to or you frequent often. Does that make sense, honey?
No, my dad always said that he wanted to have a beach house for us one day, but he was never able to accomplish that. But yeah, we've been talking about needing to take a vacation for a long time now.
So maybe it's just as simple as the vacation, but he did reference the beach house. So maybe that's something you guys will be able to accomplish in this life. Who knows? Who knows? But it's still a dream. It's still a dream for dad. But get yourselves to the beach, plan a vacation, plan something to look forward to. Because that's the other thing I keep feeling with you, honey, is like right now I feel like you're in this spot of like, it just feels like it's just that nothing's ever going to get better. Like, that's the energy I keep feeling. And it's like, no, it really is. But you know, give yourself something to look forward to. Does that make sense, honey?
It makes perfect sense.
Good.
Thank you.
Of course, my love. All right, big hug from Spirit. I'm laughing at your dad. He's like, thank God.
Thank you so
He's
much.
like, bye. So he loves you, but bye.
Thank you, Miss Jenny.
Of course, honey. I'll talk to
so
you
much,
soon.
Jenny. I love you.
All right, I
All
love you too.
All right.
Bye bye. Oh, I love all of you guys. I can also feel that my kids are probably needing me too. So, Laura, if you don't mind just giving me a call in really quick, before I have to go be mom, that would be amazing. I'm getting so hot. That is so spirit. Spirit is on it today. I will wait. In the meantime, let me do a little roll call too. I don't know why I just heard this. This is the most random thing I have ever. It's April. Someone just said Merry Christmas, and I'm like, what? Why? I have no idea what that means. I felt like it was like a mother energy that wanted to come in and talk about Christmas, and she said it's like it's honestly like how my parents do like Christmas in July for us. Like it's something like that where it's like maybe you leave your Christmas decor out all year long or something like that. But your mom is making fun of you, so I have to say that. I don't, please somebody validate that because that was just out of left field, totally random, also hilarious. So there's that. Calling now. All right, let's see here. Okay, hello, sweet Laura. How are you?
Hi, Jenny. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Okay, so you've got some epic piggybacks. So let's just make sure your people are here too. So you have, obviously, you're Laura, so you're an L sounding name, but you have a father-in-law that connects to the Michael or Mark. Does that make sense to you, honey?
So my husband's name is Mark. His father, who's in spirit, his name is Michael.
Of course it is. Okay, perfect. So he is also very adamant to get in, and I don't know if you were able to hear the call from before, but it's kind of funny because when I pop into his energy, he's just like a hoot and a holler, and he's a good time. I just feel like he's funny. He could make friends with a rock. He's like, well, hello, young lady. I was like, hi, and he's got this kind of like, I don't know if it's like Southern drawl, but he's got a little something to him where he just feels very personable. I also feel though like people kind of mistook him, and this is something I really wanted to say before, and then I forgot to keep saying it. But I just want you to know that even though he has this like big like stoic kind of energy, like that's how he looks physically,
Yeah.
on the inside, I feel like he's just this teddy bear. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Absolutely.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, as he comes in, I just feel like he's so full of love. Is your husband also one of 3 children? Is that correct? Or I just kept seeing like the group of 3 I wanted to reference. Or do you?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 3 children altogether.
Yep, that's what I thought. But this is, and I mean, no disrespect for the other siblings if they ever end up watching Spirit Squad, but was your husband and your husband's father, were they exceptionally close? Like they have like a really strong bond. Does that make sense to you?
So I believe so, but he passed when my husband, I believe, was 25, so pretty young, and I actually didn't get to meet him, prior to us getting married, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's interesting. So let me just kind of figure this out because I just feel with him when he steps in, he's like, my son means the world to me. And I just keep feeling that even now, so many years later, wait, is your husband's mom also in spirit, honey? Is that correct?
No, she's still here.
There is a mother energy coming in, and this is, oh my gosh, you're going to kill me because it's another M, but I did hear Mary Marie, like there's an M-A-R sounding name that is stepping in with your father-in-law. So I don't know how that connects on that side. Just do me a favor, take note of it. But she's coming in really strong too. But not to interrupt your father-in-law.
Okay, my husband's listening right now, so that might be someone on his side that I'm not familiar with.
Perfect. If he can validate that, great, amazing. But if not, it's okay. I do just want to stick, know my brother. He said, is your husband, oh yeah, oh, your husband's right here commenting, know my brother. Okay, so I don't know how that connects, but here's what I want to say to you guys, because the biggest message I have from father-in-law, and it's so funny, because he just looked at me, he's like, I'm going to talk to you soon. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but he just literally did this whole hand situation.
My husband, I booked a reading for him in a couple weeks here.
Well, then look at this. So this is a prerequisite to the reading. So I'm actually really excited about that. So there is that. But he did say to me, he's like, I just wanted my son to know, like, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be there for him, even though it's been some time. And I feel like that's been a question that your husband's been having. Like, I wonder if after all this time he'll come through for me. And I feel like he pushed people out of the way just to get here and just to say hello to you, sweetheart, because I also feel too, you are so freaking spiritual, girl. Like, I feel like you feel spirit. You've already felt all all of this. I feel like you already knew that this was going to happen today for the reading, all of it. And he goes, I want to give my daughter-in-law a big old kiss on the forehead because, honey, I feel like you've been like really pulled to do this for you and for your husband too. I feel like you've got a lot of spirit people over here as well. But I feel like what I wanted to reference is just your father-in-law not coming in necessarily for, his son, but for you, and just to say thank you. And I feel like maybe we wouldn't have had that opportunity. I don't know, but he really wanted to do it today. So he popped through with everybody today on the Tails of a Piggyback and just wanted to give you all of the love, sweetheart. So I just want you to know he's here. He's still working on the car. I don't know what the car means. Or does your husband work on the cars? Who's got the car connection? Let me just throw that out there like that. Does that make any sense, honey?
I'm not sure, if Michael worked on cars or whatnot. My husband can validate that, but I know my dad works on cars, but he's not in spirit.
He's down here. Okay, yeah, but there's something about the car connection. I just keep seeing. I was like, it's like when Dad would come home, like I just smell the oil rag in the back pocket. Like that's what I kept seeing, and I do feel like your dad's mom is referencing that for some interesting reason. But she just wanted to come in and say hi too, and I guess just to give you a little bit of love, sweetheart. I feel like you need it, but I want to validate your spirituality. I want to say thank you. Like I feel like you feel all the spirit energy around you all the time, and I feel like Mr. Michael, he just wanted to come in, give his son some love, and just say, I'm really excited to see you and talk to you in a little bit. So he will show up. He will show up. Okay, honey?
Awesome.
All right,
awesome.
sweetheart.
Thank you so much,
I'm
Jennie.
sorry it's a short message on the tail of a piggyback, but I'm glad you got a little hello from heaven. All right, sweet one?
That's okay. That's great. You made our day.
Oh, all right. Love you big time, okay? I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye. I love it. You know what I really love about Spirit Squad is that I can tell anybody, even if I've never met them, that I love them. And I just feel like there's so much love in this group. So thank you for that. All right, I'm going to do a roll call. I know I said I was going to do oracles, but I am toast. I'm bread in a basket. So whoever just said that from Spirit, that was funny. I don't know where somebody needed to just know my sister made her way. Oh, of course, sweet Jay. My niece's birthday is today. She's in spirit. We always sang Merry Birthday to her before she passed. Well, there's all these Christmas connections, which I find really funny. While you were gone with the girls, honey, I said somebody was coming in and saying Merry Christmas, and it made sense to like 20 people. So that's good. All right, real quick. I'm just going to do a quick little roll call with my White Claw. I don't know. I'm enjoying the White Claw vibe. Like, I feel like I'm cool, like I'm hip, even though I'm not. So there's that. But, okay. Actually, I just heard Donna very loudly. That was interesting. Well, hold on. No, Donna, oh my gosh, what? Slow down, sweetheart. There is another Mary, interestingly enough, separate from this. Is it Mary or Marie? Who had, what is that? Stephen Hawking's. Oh my gosh. I want to say MLS, and like, I don't even, babe, what is that? ALS? Yes. Something like that. I definitely kept seeing a mom energy for a D sounding name down here in physical world that is popping through. She just wants to validate she made it. She keeps saying, she's like, I'm fine and I can talk. She keeps saying, like, that is so important for her to say. So there's something about maybe not being able to talk towards the end of life, something like that. But I just feel like there's something about that. I definitely also have a sister energy. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was weird. I heard Teresa, so I feel like there's something about a T-sounding name. I cannot think off the top of my head of another T-sounding name that's female, that's sister energy, but she is coming in to say hello. She makes me feel like she would be coming in. I wanted to say for an R-sounding name, so Sharon said I'm hip. Well, thanks, guys. I don't feel like it. But I definitely felt sister energy. I really wanted to stick with Teresa. It felt like Teresa feels like the right name, or Teresa, Terry, something like that. I also felt this, this is heavy, but I did feel husband energy. I also felt that there's a reference of husband's dad that is in spirit that is coming through. The husband would be Andy, right? Isn't that the name on the bottom of Woody's shoe? It is Andy, right?
Yeah.
Or is it Woody? It's Andy. Okay, so that's what I saw. So unless the Toy Story connection also makes sense to that too, just know husband's dad is coming in for husband, who I do feel, that is heavy, is going through some very strong health issues. And I just want you to know, whoever this is for, we're wrapping you up in God's white light and protecting you and husband. So hopefully all of that makes sense. Lastly, I have a sister in spirit named Teresa. She says, hi, my love. Oh, for the MAR sounding name. Perfect. That all makes sense. Lastly, I did really want to bring this through because there is a reference of a Tim sounding name that directly I feel like keeps coming through, but it's for a sister energy for him. It's kind of interesting. You guys are a lot of piggybacks today, so or telephones, excuse me, because I feel like there's like messages for other people that are popping through. But anywho's you watch it. So there's a sister energy with the CL sounding name that I do believe is coming in for Mr. Tim, which could be father, brother, something like that. So wanting to give all of the love. Yeah, and I feel like I need to pause on that for a moment. And of course, Tony. I'm hearing Tony. Okay. All right, everyone. So there's a lot of love coming in from that direction. Tony is a Cancer connection. He wants to say hi, give love to the baby girl that is coming down. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but congratulations in advance. With that being said, I'm going to pop out of the world of spirit, you guys. I'm tired. I am tired, but I had a wonderful time with all of you today. Thank you so much for being here. My goal is to try and do it during the week at a later time. I need to work up the energy to be able to sustain that at that hour because normally I'm in bed by 7, which is a huge problem for my husband, by the way. But it's okay. It's going to change. Calling you out. So I love you guys. If you want to book a reading, please send me a DM. If you want to book an oracle, send me a DM. Group reading coming up. And what else do we need to do? I think that's it. I will announce the winner of the oracles after this is over. I've got to go through and figure out who shared what. So if you do want to have a last minute chance to enter, just go ahead and share this live. For your chance to win. So yeah, I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. For us up here in Jersey, it's spring break and it's ending as of tomorrow. So it's back to reality, as Eminem says. Love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And thank you for always being my squad. I love you, Spirit Squad.